Bam, we're live. Good morning. Rambler, what's up, dude? First, hey, Corey Leonard. Yo, Jody Lynn. Oh, this should be good. Let me get some popcorn. Oh, goody. Standy, hi. I will be participating, Avera. I will be participating in Open, but amazed how many at my box will not be. Something is way off, and the registration numbers to date support there is indeed major problem. Man, the Sevon podcast is doing great. Make sure you put sunglasses on. Good morning. Christine Young. I bet Annie didn't think her comment would turn into that. Wait, what comment? You mean her post? Yes. Good morning, sexy savages. I think you're on the wrong show, Chase. That's sounds like a Cuck Richie post. I will not cut off CrossFit methodology and community in spite of CFHQ, but it seems many around the world are apparently doing. 5 minutes early. Very professional today. Hey, sweetie. Well, I got Kill Taylor, $2,500. Oh, good morning. Good morning, Katrin. I have Kill Taylor, $2,500. Big show. Pretty excited. Better Nutrition. Man, Better Nutrition's gonna get a bomb ass show today. 2,500. And no one's gonna win it either. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna go to $3,000. Clive. Clive, I saw you in the comments on Annie's post. Good job. It's really weird arguing with people who have no logic. But it's good to see. Like it reminds me of the what we're dealing with. Why wouldn't the Annies of the CF space not qualify for the games, then just not attend? Wouldn't it send a bigger message? Well, that's true. Go in, win the Open, and then don't go. I like that tactic. That would be cool. Kill Taylor is in 1 hour. This is gonna be a short show today. So yesterday I was at the swimming pool, chilling. My boys were swimming. It's just a half-hour class they do Monday through Friday. Rainer. What's the other one? Rain or shine. And my wife calls me. And I thought she was going to say, hey, can you go by the butcher? Or you forgot their snacks? Or do you want me to come to jiu-jitsu? Any of the 10 things I get called about daily. But no, not yesterday. Yesterday I get my wife made me a shit sandwich. She said, hey, the rant on Annie was really funny and absolutely true. I was like, oh, thank you. She goes, but the name calling. I go, what name calling? She's like, well, you called her a retarded bitch. I said, oh, that, I mean, I've known Annie since 2009. All the best footage of Annie back in the day, the best photos that have ever been taken from her. I visited her house. She's got a great mom, great family. We go way back. I can call a dear friend a retarded bitch. My wife goes, stop, Sevon. I'm like, okay, all right, we good. She goes, you're speaking logic and fact. And I go, yeah. And I go, what's wrong? And she goes, but the people who already are logical and want to know the facts, they already agree with you. I said, yeah. She said, so if you're trying to convince other people or you want other people just to even hear your message, if you call her a retarded bitch, those people are going to tune out. They're not going to hear your message. So if you want those people to hear your message, you can't do the name calling. And then she finished it with, but it was really funny. And she said it was good. And like, you were on point with everything. All right. All right. Thank you for listening. That's the feedback show. So that was my feedback. She has her post has 1,000 comments, and 999 of them are supporting her. And they say some pretty crazy shit. Like someone said, hey, this is very articulate. And I get with the programming, point wife. Oh, shut it, you fucking retard. So, there there's a 999 comments in there that support her. I tried to read them all. I tried to read all the comments last night from, Annie's post. I didn't see one I didn't see one post that I agreed with. When people said she was very articulate, I was just left with more questions. Um, I if I wanna explain accountability to anyone. If I was driving in the car, sometimes I drive in the car with my mom, and, when I'm driving, she'll grab the side of the door and panic, like, if she thinks we're gonna hit someone, and she does it every time she drives with me. And, I know it's because she'll think I'm tailgating or something, but, like, I'm world class at not tailgating, but her perception is that I am tailgating or that I got too close or that I made things too close. And, uh, and she's the only person who's ever done that to me in the car, and I think other people really enjoy driving with me. I'm chill, especially now that I'm 52. I don't have to be the fastest person. I'm very aware. I stay always, fucking 5 car lengths back. I'm chill. And, but I'm aware, and I'm aware of the fact that, um, as she's gotten older, her reaction time is probably different than mine, right? So her thinking 5 car lengths behind is, is too close. It's like driving with my dad. My dad will do 25 in a 45 or 45 in a 65, no problem, and he thinks he's being safe. And so it's a matter of perception. I'm thinking, "Holy shit, we're doing 45 in a 65 crossing the Bay Bridge." I mean, who knows? I haven't driven with my dad in 5 years, but that's what it used to be. It's probably worse now. And I think to myself, "Oh, this is really interesting." He thinks that we are being safe when this is just absolutely dangerous. Like, people are honking at us because 'cause we're going so slow. And, so when it comes to accountability, I'm accountable for what I think is safe and not safe, and he's accountable for what he thinks and what he thinks is safe. And outside of this podcast, and I've consumed a lot, I don't think that I've ever heard anyone talk about the scope of accountability, which we've mentioned on this podcast and we've talked about ad nauseum. And yet she just uses it vague. We're left to have to interpret what Annie is saying, and so we when she uses words like accountability, so it's the furthest thing from articulate. And so when I see people are saying that she's being articulate, it's factually and objectively she's not, because we have no idea what she's saying. There's so many things she's referencing, like the word accountable. She didn't even say Lazar's name, which is incredible. Someone in the comments wrote, "Thank you for remembering Lazar Jukic." She didn't even say his name. She said an athlete died. The whole thing is really bizarre. Uh, and then she says another thing that I thought that I was really struggling to get my head wrapped around was the fact that people thought it's a valid argument that she thought that one time in the game she was going to die or that she had heat stroke in 2015. If you're doing something at the highest level for 20 years to be considered the fittest human being on the planet and you never had a heat stroke, I'd argue that the test was horrible. I think it's fair. I think that's very fair. If you've had if you're testing human capacity and you've had one death in 20 years, boy, uh, thousands have died to test how fast motorcycles can go. And so when Annie has heat stroke or whatever in 2015, who did it all goes back to it's me, 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 me. Like, where's her accountability? When Annie uses the word accountability, she's lying to herself. I think she actually believes it, but to everyone around her. You would never hear anyone say where the only place in the first place you've ever heard anyone say, "Well, what about Lazar's accountability?" No one's asking that because it's taboo. They're scared. It's the exact same thing with George Floyd. Where's George Floyd's accountability? Counterfeit money, 3 times the lethal dose of fentanyl, high on meth, out drunk, stoned. It's all just the accountability all 100%. falls on CrossFit. It makes me I wonder how Will Morad and Dylan are gonna handle it when someone dies at their event. But we had 35 lifeguards out there. We didn't know a shark was gonna attack them. It's just remarkable. And then people say that she has the right to have this opinion because she was in 20 years. I mean, anytime you use that kind of logic, you have to be like, "Well, Sevan was there longer than her. He has a right to say it too," or Dave has a right to say it too. It's his event. Or the dozen other people that have been around since day one. None of it sits well with me. I don't feel any, um I don't feel any full rounded perspectives from her camp or anything that seems true to me or resonates with me. The only thing that seems true the only thing that seems true is that twice now, when there's been a speed bump around CrossFit, she's jumped ship. That's it. And she is a vector for all the people who do wanna jump ship. You know what I mean? She's a vector for all the haters. Uh, Meredith Root, Craig Ritchie. Let me tell you all the haters. Meredith Root, Craig Ritchie, Christoph, Katrin David's daughter, the retarded girl, Steph Roach. You guys know who she is? That's the wheelchair chick. Morning Chalk Up, Amanda Barnhart. I didn't know she was a hater. Jenny LaBaugh. Most of you probably don't know who that is. Steph Roach was like the first retarded girl to compete at Wadapalooza. Yeah, she said she was morally opposed. We don't know what her morals are. We don't know what kind of accountability she wants. I mean, what if you were to say, "Hey, what if you were to say the only accountability what if you said we need accountability and it was the fact that the athletes" this is where I would have gone with it, "aren't trained enough in swimming and in enlarged hearts and enlarged ventricles," which Lazar had. And so then people will say, "Well, it's normal for, athletes of his caliber to have enlarged hearts. 2% of them have enlarged hearts." But then the follow-up question after that would be, "Okay, well, if it's normal, what percentage of these athletes that we're seeing dying, having cardiac arrest at mid-play, what percentage of those 2% are the ones who are having the heart attacks? Is it all of them?" Because he knew ahead of time. Imagine Lewis Hamilton complaining online and appealing to Ferrari road car drivers because the F1 cars are dangerous, and then the road driver's not driving because of it. Who is more stupid in that decision? God, I wish I understood what you just said. Uh, a dear friend wrote me this morning and said, "Hey," um, something along the lines, "Hey, you really burnt that bridge. She's probably not gonna come on the show again." And I said, "Hey, dude, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, uh, I if I could go back in time, maybe I wouldn't have called her a retarded bitch. Not because I don't not for any, like, moral or ethical reasons, but for performance reasons after when my wife told me what I said, if I thought it would have landed better, um, I wouldn't have said it. Um, Actually, my wife took it one step further. She said, "Hey, if you would have presented it, calmly, maybe she would have come on the show and talked to you about it." But I have no interest in having her come on the show. I want you to put this just in relativity also for a second. Think about this. Someone can call me a fucking asshole all day long, and whether it hurts me or not, um, it's on me, right? It's not on them at all. Someone can call me a fucking idiot all day long. But are if you really wanted to hurt me so that it's like objective hurt, um, you would, uh call my boss and say, "Hey, can you fire him?" And so, relative to me calling her a fucking retarded bitch, which which is not nice, but, objectively true. She exhibits signs of retardation, and she is a world class bitch. You can ask anyone who's worked with her for more than a year. Um, maybe retarded isn't the right word. Naive. She's a simpleton. Um, I'll take someone calling me a retarded bitch every single day. Heidi Klum, I've already asked Sarah Cox to fire you. Fair enough. Sevan, we love you, you retarded asshole. And so I'm not justifying you should never do things in retribution. You should do things because you want to do them. You know what I mean? You shouldn't pay for the person's groceries in front of you because you want to get to heaven. You shouldn't punch a guy in the face because he punched you in the face. You shouldn't react to other people. You should do things that you fucking want to do. You should take control of your own life. Just because someone calls you a fucking cunt or something doesn't mean you have to call them back. That's not what I'm suggesting. What I'm saying is in the relative scheme of things, she asked for a dude's job, a dude who's very close to me. And the irony is, and I don't want to take anything away from Annie's hard work or Justin Medeiros' hard work or any of these people's hard work, but for a huge chunk of these people, um, uh, outside of what they've done for themselves and what CrossFit as a whole has done for them, I've done more for them than fucking anyone else, which is kind of the funny irony of it all. There's a bit of a swimming pool effect here. Did you guys see that video of the guy, he backflips, into a pool? It's a big buff black guy, and then he realizes he can't swim, and he starts doing this by the edge of the pool, and then 2 of his friends jump in, and as he gets out, he pushes both his friends under. There's a little bit of that going. Like, basically, you see some of these athletes scrapping and do anything to keep their head above water. So that's that. Justin Medeiros' cameraman made some sort of snide comment at me. I guess, over on, Dense Updates. Oh, I can swim. Alright. Yeah, I didn't mean, like, all black guys in general. It just happened to be a big buff black guy like you. I didn't mean like you listen, uh, most drownings are the rescuer. Yeah, never rescue someone who's drowning. Actually, that's the part of the story no one knows. Someone tried to save Lazarus and they drowned too. Oh shit, the workout just came in. Um, I don't even know what this is. I couldn't even tell you what the workout you need a drag rope. That's all I know. You need a drag rope and the bike. I can't tell you the workout because I can't even I can tell you how much money you win. You win 2,500 bucks. I can tell you the sponsor is oh, oh, Better Version Nutrition. Why do I keep calling it Better Nutrition? She is retarded. Someone just texted me and said Steph Roach isn't retarded. Oh, she has cerebral palsy. Fuck, I don't know. So someone called me a dwarf. I'm not a dwarf. Whatever. Uh, Heber and Mars said something really funny. They made a video with Annie and Sarah and Katrin. I don't mean for Sarah to catch any strays here. I apologize if she does. Um, any collateral damage, but um, the only thing that I think Annie redefined is overhead squat position. That I don't even understand how that works. I have no fucking idea how that works. That those legs are more her arms are more bow-legged than uh dude, no one even knows who Steffi Roach is, so that doesn't even matter. Um uh her arms are more she redefined the overhead squat. I'll give you that. Cuz her arms are more bowed arm than how the fuck does that work? I don't even understand how that works. What the fuck? Can someone explain that to me? Those are Viking arms, they look like Tater Tot's legs, they look like a dwarf's legs. How does that if you her she does overhead squats like this. Oh, thank you. Oh, Brandon Waddell, nice to see you. Arms more bow-legged than Bonnie Blue. Mr. Waddell, good to see you. Dude, me and JR are tight. I don't understand where any of this, JR shit came from. That we were just busting his balls one show. And God, it's fun. It's so fun busting his balls. He's a there's this, psychological term scapegoat, and it's a person that's in a group who all the misplaced aggression from other people goes to. And, like, you could do that to John Young, but you would feel bad, right? Because you think that, like, some of the blows might actually be landing. But to JR, he's just a fucking black hole of fucking stoicism, and so, like, doesn't matter what you don't even know. Like, you could throw an anvil at fucking JR, and it just vanishes into the black hole. Or you could use a different metaphor. JR is a ray of light, and anything you throw at him just burns up. He's like the sun. Yeah, Taylor's a fucking retard. How about I saw in his story that he said, it was just me and, JR doing a bit. Like, I was just ripping him. Like, how did I get sucked into it? All of a sudden, I just saw people on the show fucking ripping him, so I started ripping him. I was just you know what I mean? I was just kicking the dog because everyone else was kicking it. Like, whatever. JR needs to be accountable and responsible for his own shit, well, just like Annie does. Alright, well, thank you for correcting me. Steffi Roach is not retarded, she has cerebral palsy, which makes some people talk and sound like they're retarded, but they're really not. So, there's that. Oh, man, today's show is gonna be a mess. Caleb's not gonna be there, and Sousa's not gonna be there, so it's gonna be me and Tyler, and I think Hiller's not gonna be there, so it's me, Tyler, and Pedro. I wonder who's gonna run the clock and do all the heavy lifting. Like, who's gonna tell me what to say about better nutrition? I better figure that shit out. Better nutrition. Improved nutrition can be achieved. No, that's just a better nutrition program. The better nutrition program. Finding the right nutrition and lifestyle plan is like finding the perfect match. Let us help you build a lasting relationship with your health. My blood sugar is no longer in the pre-diabetic range, and I've lost 7 pounds this month. My doctor's amazed. The best part, I know I can keep eating and living this way long term. I only wish I'd done this 20 years ago. Doreen, 61. Jeez. This lady looks like she's 41. Black don't crack. Is this the right? Is this? God, I hope this is the right site. I need to Oh, I don't even understand this URL. Oh, Better Nutrition. TheBetterNutrition.com. The guys. Has anyone ever here that worked with a nutrition company? Does it work? I worked with a company that was supposed to help fix my back one time, and it ended up just them giving me shitloads of homework and then like talking to some girl who was like 22 on the phone. I was like, no, thank you. Too close minded. Oh shit. Uh 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 oh fucking A. This isn't them. Oh, it is better. Jesus almighty. Oh. Oh, now I recognize it. It's Liv Wilson. Oh, okay. This makes more sense. This makes more sense. Ditch the tracking apps for good, lose body fat, and gain muscle, and I ship food to the door every week. Nice teeth. Isn't that someone we know? Is that Liz Wishart? Who's this? Isn't this girl someone we know? Oh, that is Liz Wishart. All right. I like blueberries.
CrossFit all over again and I wanted to lose 20 pounds of body fat, this is what I would do. Weeks 1 through 4, I would only worry about getting 3 fist-sized servings of veggies every single day.
Jake Chapman, she said fist size.
And 4 palm-sized servings of some type of lean protein source. Once I really had those habits formed, at week 4, I would really prioritize my carbohydrate sources only coming from naturally occurring carbohydrates and really prioritizing 8 hours of sleep. As these habits are compounding every
That's what Ty Jenkins was saying. Like sleep is king. Sleep, 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 sleep.
single week, and they're getting more and more.
Listen, if you're 11 minutes behind, to catch up, what you do is you watch at 1.5 speed. You probably know that.
Ingrained into my lifestyle. At week 10, I would really focus on my energy expenditure increasing. So 10,000 steps every single day, non-negotiable, no matter what, and increasing my training volume from 3 to 4 classes a week to 5 classes a week. Eat real food. Love you. Bye. If I were starting.
Love you too, girl. Carolyn Stanley. Two people have said that to me in the last month. Like, hey dude, those people aren't going to come on your show anymore. I'm wondering, do I give the impression that I care? Yeah, care is not the right word. Do I give the impression do people think this show pivots on Annie or Brent? I don't think Brent's never even been on the show. Brent wouldn't even come on the show. It was too basically, I think he told me it was just too controversial. Oh shit, my battery's exhausted. I thought that might happen. Can you guys still hear me? Can you guys still hear me and just not see me? Fuck, I took all my good batteries to I hope you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? This is the best part of me anyway. Yeah, you can. I took all my batteries to I like having guests on. Don't get me wrong. Like, I do like having guests on, and I really enjoyed having Annie on, and I enjoyed having Brent on, and I've enjoyed having a lot of people on. But like, it takes a lot to push me into, like, a political space, like, where I'm trying to leverage shit. Like, basically, I'm in some weird tug of war right now with behind the scenes that's making it so, like, um, I don't wanna give the details, it's private to me, but I'm in one of those situations where I'm like, "Do I wanna do this or do I wanna do this?" Like, I can't have my cake and eat it too. But I'm not worried, like, if I offend, Jeff Adler and he's the champ and he won't come on, and he'll go on somewhere else. I mean, the objective truth is it only hurts him, it doesn't hurt me. He's not gonna go somewhere else and get the same number of views he's gonna get over here, so and I'm not stopping any of these other people from coming on. Hold on, I'm gonna go change my battery, hold on.
It's the Seven Podcast Show. It's the Seven Podcast Show. Taylor yourself, July. It's the Seven Podcast Show. It's the Seven Podcast Show. It's the Seven Podcast Show. Taylor yourself.
You know what would suck is this could become like a theme if I don't like after the show, I need to fix this battery issue. But knowing me, the show will be over and I'll run out and it'll be dealing with the same shit. For you guys will have to deal with that like once a show for the next 6 months, some shit. All right. I'm almost done. I think too close. Sousa's like, "Hey, I really like the wide shot yesterday." Calls and tells me that. I'm like, basically what you're saying is you don't like the close-up shot of my face. You can't hear? Nice zoom set. Mic issues? Yeah, you can see. I see your neck hair. Bryson, will you put the camera on the monitor during the bike? I uploaded their video to iStream. Oh, to StreamYard. Oh, cool. Liz got a video from Better Nutrition. If you need me to run a clock, who sent that? Someone sent me a text saying if you need to run a clock, I can do it on the back end. Oh, I guess yeah, maybe. I need to give you login for the back end, Jenny. I need to do that today. I'll send you a StreamYard clearance so you can become admin for StreamYard. Super Bowl Sunday. Tyson Bagent's coming on Monday. Oh shit. What else? We have the crazy Hawaiian coming on. Remember the guy I showed the video the other day of him getting slapping the shit out of that big guy, and the guy falling down like a gelatinous sack of shit. That guy's coming on, I think, next week too. So that's cool. Judy Reed. I was annoyed at my daughter for ordering Holy Balls since I make protein balls all the time, but they're actually really good and supports the show, so it's fine, I guess. Nice, I like that. Yeah, they're good. Mike DeVito. Annie and Brent Annie and Brent will and few others prefer to live in echo chamber. No biggie. 7. I mean, if we're like being totally honest, like I don't blame them for not wanting to come on the show. For anyone not wanting to come on the show, I'm not like, oh my god, I'm shocked. Why wouldn't you want to come on the show? There's like not even a tiny bit of that. Not even a tiny bit of that. And then I have to also be really honest and understand that I'm dealing with people who have a very, very shallow scope of life and depth to them. You know, like for 90% of my um listeners, the craziest thing that's happened in their life is they had an eating disorder and their grandmother died. You know what I mean? And they're stuck in the most selfish OODA loop of all time, but to almost to no fault of their own. Um, you know, I in 2009, I think I was filming with I went out to Iceland and met Annie's great family, and Annie was a great host, and I filmed with her, and I made that video on her, and then the very next week, I was fucking out in the middle of El Salvador in a dump off in a dirt road that was on fire with 1,000 vultures, no exaggeration, maybe 2,000 vultures on the ground, and the dump was filled with little kids who were half naked, picking through the garbage, searching for food, and that was my life for 2 weeks. And it's like, uh, I mean, these are just people who are completely, ruled by their, social media, and they use, vapid terms like morals and values and shit like that, and then they get applause and accolades for people calling them, articulate. You know, when I made the Craig Ritchie and, Cuck Ritchie and Jizz video, I kept saying over and over that he didn't even say Lazarus Jukic name right, and people like, there were probably, 10% of the comments were like, "Sevon's such an idiot. What does it matter, if so what if he didn't say his name right?" And that's the stupid people I'm dealing with. It doesn't matter. That's the irony of it. He said it mattered, not me. And so, like, I know I'm fully responsible and accountable for the fact that I'm tussling with intellectual midgets. Someone said to me yesterday, "I don't like to call other people stupid because it makes I'm implying that I'm smarter than them." All right. And dude, at the end of the day, like, I don't care if anyone does or doesn't participate in the open. I'm not like, you're not doing it for me. You're either doing it for yourself or you're not. And the only thing that professional athletes have at all is, especially in this respect, these guys, is a platform to, make change and do good. And so that's the only thing they do. That's like there's no other redeeming quality. I said it yesterday. Though when you are an entertainer, when you're a professional athlete, you are the least valuable resource on the planet with the delusion because of the sound that the audience makes that you're the most valuable. But you have to remember if shit hits the fan, the first place the fans are coming to rob and get food from is your house because you have the most, because they have held you up the highest, but you have no real value. And so in this small window that you get a loud voice and people listen to you and they live in the delusion when everything's good that you have value and you choose to do things like attack the mothership. There's some people who will like be like, "Yay, I love seeing you attack Dave in CrossFit." And there's others of us who are staring at your character going, "Wow, this really is revealing. You have the least value to society. You have the most, and then you turn your back and attack it when it's convenient for you." It's brutal. And I don't think they have perspective at all. Yeah, exactly. Reminds me of the kids that protest capitalism holding Starbucks coffee in one hand and an iPhone in the other. Yeah, yeah, did you see one of the comments in Annie's post was, uh, "I think you and Jeff Adler and Laura Horvat should run CrossFit." I wanna be like, "They are. It's called the Wilmore at Fitness League. Let's see how it goes." Oh, Jeremy World, one could argue she's given a lot back as an affiliate owner. I agree. Very fair. Well said. More gyms, more 300,000 people or 400,000 people live on that island, the country that is Iceland. I think at one point there were like 30 gyms there. That was more gyms per capita than anywhere in the world. The dude. Okay, I still don't get it. She's free to do whatever she wants. Uh, correct. Who's supposed to pay for it? The only reason why you'd post a video of your intention is for attention. Yeah, well, here's the thing. These people think that people care. Because these people are because their fan base rides a subway to work an hour every day and scrolls through their shit, like Annie thinks that people care. But what she should really look at is like, "Hey, how come I can't sell skin lotion, headphones, or whatever else she's trying to do, or a menopause program?" Because no one does care. No one does respect you. No one does, like, give, like, 2 shits about you. Like, no one values you. No one's like I know. Imagine Laura Horvat and Jeff Adler running anything. I could see Jeff running a train. You know what I mean? Pat Lang, the dude. I don't think you're aware of how this all came up. She was asked about it in the documentary, and her response went viral, and she said out of context. That's why she responded. Yeah, but she didn't have to. I mean, she talked in the documentary. She talked about it for like, I'm not giving her an out for that. Like, that's not why she did it. Why did she do the documentary then? I don't know. I don't think that that's I think that's an explanation, but I don't think it's like a justification of where it started or absolves her of what she said or like her hand was forced to do it. Sam H, if Annie was a front runner for podium spot, I guarantee she'd be promoting the Open right now. People obviously care. It's been a topic of discussion for this show for 2 days. Yeah, that the second day is my wife's fault. That's all. That's all her. I'm not accountable for that at all. Send all hate to Haley Matosian at Instagram.com. I got Jake Chapman scheduled to come on the show. I'm breaking a rule to have someone from the chat on the show. Can't even believe it. I called Garrett the other day and I was like, "How is Jake?" She goes, "He's cool." I'm like, "You like him?" She goes, "Yeah, he's great." I'm like, "How are the shows with him?" She goes, "We just talk about dick and pussy a lot." I go, "All right, all right, all right." Man, I said to my mom yesterday, I dropped the kids off over at her house and I said, "Mom, are you pretty stoked that uh women got like their rights back and like they're getting to like be women again and they got their sports and their bathrooms back?" And she gave me a fucking death stare. Sucked. I really just want everyone to enjoy this time. Can you imagine? Just think about how great everything now is. I heard someone the other day said that the world's never felt more divided. It's like I've never felt the world is in my 50 years. I've never felt the world is closer together. Isn't perception a trip? I'm like I got a little pep in my step. Hey, that chick has a kid. That press secretary has a kid. I heard her say something about being a mom. She what is she? She's 27 and she's fucking some 60-year-old dude? Devesh Mahara. How are you doing, my friend? When will you have me on? But then I can teach you how to say my name. Dude, I am killing your name, dude. You seriously think I'm saying your name wrong? Devesh Mahara. You're out of your fucking mind. Harvard's CrossFit, my American brain doesn't comprehend why every single athlete wouldn't say Lazar Jukic would want us to keep going. I know. Here's the thing, though. Let me explain to you. So there's the pain of him dying. So there's two groups, right? There's three groups. There's the pain of his dying that's just fucking throwing people into a tailspin, right? Respect, got you, right? Then there's the group that always goes towards the dark, right? And those are the ones who are just like looking for blame. And then there's those who go to the light and they're like, okay, this sucks. This can't happen again. Let's huddle together as a group and figure this fucking thing out and make it work and move forward. That other group's not going forward. Like when she says she's still part of the community and she loves this thing, like no, you're toast, dude. They're all toast. We're about to go into the 4th generation, and there's gonna be a whole new group of people. The sooner these fucking people leave, the sooner the better for us. Let me tell you something that the only little concern I have. When I had Gracie Walton on, I'm paraphrasing, I basically said, "Hey, do you think the games are dangerous or fucked up at all?" She's like, "I didn't see anything fucked up. I didn't see anything dangerous. That fucking swim was easy." But I heard a lot about it, and that's the thing too. We still don't even know. Like what if she would have said, what if Annie would have come on and said, "Listen, I told them 100 fucking times that it's too hot to do fucking Murph. And this is the 3rd time I'd done Murph at the CrossFit Games. And when I told them that over and over and over, and the best they could say to me was, they'll watch me closely." And so I said, okay. And I fucking got heat stroke. But that's not the first time. I warned them about the cargo net when Pat Vellner and Matt Fraser fell and Matt's Matt's dick landed in Vellner's ass at the bottom. I warned them. I had seen 2 guys fall from a cargo net and accidentally fuck each other in the ass before. And then there's more stuff too. It's not funny when Dave tells us there might be sharks in the water when we swim. That shit just adds to our anxiety. And how dare you let Deborah Carson go out there and swim? You walked out there with her, Dave, and encouraged her to swim. You didn't do that for any of us. You did that because she was a black girl and you were giving her favoritism. What if she just like fucking laid all that shit out? But no. It's, hey, I pushed myself so hard in a fucking workout, I fucking passed out. Which listen, Dutch Lowy said, like, has been talking about since 2008, but he took responsibility for it. It's just embarrassing. They're spending their fame equity on this. That's what they're doing. They're spending their fame equity on this. Like, if she laid all those things out, people like us who go towards the light and want a solution would be like, "Okay, she's giving us some meat on the bone." She would never be that vulnerable. She would never be that vulnerable. She doesn't even know how. There's no depth to her character. She doesn't even know. She doesn't even know she's not being articulate. Yeah, they've spent anytime you speak in vagaries like that and you start doing what they're doing, she's spending her brand equity. She's spending her her she's burning it. She should have either pulled she should have just stayed completely quiet like JR or just given the facts. Just said. All right. 15 minutes till kill Taylor. Thanks, guys. Had a lot of fun. Yeah, and just saying, fuck Dave Castro. At the ranch that year, I asked to use he had a bathroom there at the ranch in 2009 that was for the staff only, and I was on my period. Actually, I was having a miscarriage, and I wanted to use the bathroom to flush the baby down the toilet, and he still made me use the porta potty. He's a piece of shit. Nothing, dude. Nothing. We got nothing. You showed up to the ranch, and everyone fucking loved you and loved on you. and documented your journey. And in return, you fucking had any opportunity to fucking betray the ship that you stood so proudly on and reaped so much from, you stabbed it in the back. It's sad. Farewell, my sister. All right, guys. See you guys soon. Right on this channel, Kill Taylor, $2,500. The workout has some jump roping and bikes in it. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.